So Hannah, so basically,
Is this the voice that you're gonna do? Oh,
Sam, guys, thanks for coming on to our podcast. It's the NKC podcast. So thanks for coming on. Basically, wanted to have you on because we were chatting with some of the girls about their perspectives and their thoughts on girls shooting their shots with guys. And then whilst we were there, we were just chatting loads about our speculations of what guys think about it. So we want to know what you think about it. We know you're in a relationship, so we're not saying, right, one girl shoot a shot to you now. That's not. We're not drawing you out. But in the past, your perspectives on girls shooting their shots to you, how do you find it? Just stuff like that. So have you ever had experience of where girls have shot their shot to you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have, but everyone says that I'm oblivious to it sometimes. Like, I don't actually know when a girl's shooting a shot to me.
See, this is why.
but that's actually interesting. So when we were talking about it, basically only one of the girls was really confident on like shooting their shot.
Yeah.
And we've all been in situations where we've watched them, we've been like, whoa, like that's mad. So what we were talking about is more what we do is strategic positioning.
I think that's what we miss because you lot do it so subtle instead of, right, if a guy shot the shot, you know they're shooting their shot. But whereas a girl, they'll be like, oh yeah, so like I like there, I like here, and then it's just like
Oh, so you're talking about Instagram?
Oh,
not even
Instagram,
that,
not
but
even
just like through social channels, it's just a little interaction. That's them working the way.
Surely that's enough.
But it isn't no, because
enough.
you want someone who's confident because you will respect the confidence. Like, for example, if you're on a night out and a girl comes up to you and just goes, "Oh, what's your name?" I've got a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time...
No, you don't. You're like, you should know my name.
No, I know, but, do you know,
Kate
like,
Dizzle.
a guy will spend, literally, say, for example, they're on a night out and they're in the same venue, they'll spend hours and hours and hours on planning how they're going to go over to chat to that girl. And the girl's probably sitting there...
Building up that confidence.
Really?
The girl...
Hours.
Oh, yeah,
Because
hours.
if you get shot down, Jesus.
We were on the perspective that guys go into clubs and shoot blindly and just like go.
That's what
wherever
we're seeing.
See, the difference is because obviously I'm always out like Kyle in terms of our job, filming, whatever he's out promoting. When I go to a club, if I see someone I like, I catch up to them. If it was anybody else in the club that asked me a question, yeah, it's there, it's here, this. If I like you, I'm just like...
To be fair, that's
the
opposite. Yeah, that's mad.
That's actually like...
I think I'm the same with that.
You're the same, so you...
If Dre or any one of my friends just like, oh, that girl's amazing over there, like, oh, I want to get her over to this table, I'll go over. I'll literally just play, hey, blah 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 blah. I've got a friend who finds you really attractive. It'd be great if you want to come over.
Has anyone seen that meme?
Yeah,
in
he's never done
McDonald's,
that for me.
He's just stood there on his.
Yeah, if I do that, like I've done that with like Becky, like when I've been out for a night at Becky, but then I've cop blocked her because everyone thought we were together. But I've gone over to a guy and just been like, by the way, my mate, she's not with me, like we're not in a relationship, thinks you know what I mean, like you're fit.
I need friends like that.
Like,
I can't
wait.
Are you single, etc. And like,
I'm
you know what I mean?
sorry, let's just unpack something for a moment. Why have you never done this for me?
Never been on a night out.
What? That's a lie.
lie.
When we went to London, I've never been cock blocked by you more in my entire life.
Yeah, but when we went out...
to speak to a guy and you literally put me in a headlock and dragged me away.
When we went out in London, I remember it. When we went out in London, you and Shuba was literally trying to do some tactical shooting a shot by going over to the group of guys, twerking and dancing all sexy.
Twerking?
Well, doing not twerking.
That was
like,
you.
The typical girl thing to do, and I was just like, come back, we're over here. But I just prefer a bit of confidence for the girl just to be straight up.
So you
So,
respect that.
Sometimes it's a bit too much though. Like,
that's what I was
That's what
going to
I'm
say. Like,
saying.
where do you draw the line?
So-
like,
2 examples in one place where I was. Dre took me to like an event in London. It was like I don't even know what it was. It was a party for some headphones, but like you had all the Instagram influencers there. But you know the series that EL was in and all them lot.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it was Samira, the black
Yeah,
girl.
that was
Love
like
Island.
Love Island.
Yeah,
season
in Love
3,
Island.
wasn't it? Yeah.
So she tried to move to me, and I was just like, that was not for me.
but like, is that because of her like influencer status,
No,
or is that?
but it's just
like,
like
what
that.
did she do?
She's just not for me. Like, so she was come up. She was like, "Hi, what's your name?" I'm not like, I'm the smallest person in this venue compared to everyone that's around me. Don't know why you want to chat to me, but cool. So I started speaking, but it wasn't really for me. Like, I just thought, nah. So I kind of parred it off. And then about 20 minutes, half an hour later, is it Gabby Marcel?
Oh, yeah.
She's come up to me and she's chatting to me. So in the end, she followed me on Instagram. And then like everyone was like, "How the hell have you got Gabby to follow?" I was like, I had time for that one.
So like when they approached you, did they just like come up and start speaking to you like a normal conversation?
Yeah, she just came up to me and was like,
dropping lines?
No, came up to me and was like, "Oh, so what do you do?" I was like, "I'm a videographer." Obviously, I was like, "I know what you do." Like, obviously, just throwing some banter there.
Imagine
like,
you just like,
yeah,
what do you
do?
do?
So it was one of them ones, and then we just literally started talking about work, but you could tell she was trying to steer the path elsewhere, and I was just kind of keeping it. That's
But
like,
what we said is a thing that we've noticed. Girls who always shoot their shot like that, being confident, just going into conversations, they're really good-looking girls. You're not gonna get like, as in like they're from Love Island. Do you know what I mean? They know their buff. Do you know what I mean? So if you don't have that self-confidence, I feel like girls are a lot less likely to do that.
Not necessarily. I've had sort of like girls who aren't sort of like, what's the word? Like attractive. You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? Like come up and approach me, and I've just been like straight away. You're just like nah. But then literally just like I'm just like I've still got the time to, because I'm a normal person, to have a normal conversation.
Yeah.
And whether or not I shut that down with an excuse that obviously it's not an excuse that I am in a relationship, but you know what I mean. Any excuse, you know what I mean. Then you can shut that down. But at the same time,
you're too polite. I'm not that polite.
Really?
You
Which
come
is
across
why.
as so polite.
Nah, I do, but if for me,
Surprise.
I get insulted if someone's not that attractive and feels they can speak to me. Do you get what I
mean? Wait, which is why for me, I can't take that sort of L ever.
I
just feel like
how dare you?
Everyone should know, not in a rude way, but what
their market value.
Yeah, so where they need to be.
Yeah, their
like,
market value.
If you're gonna chat to me, you need to be in this bracket. But I'm not gonna try to chat to someone that's above my bracket. Do you get what I mean?
Nah, okay, so you wouldn't try and punch above your weight, basically.
Nah, because
so
unless I got that little inkling.
I was watching Hitch last night, mate. Honestly, it's inspiration.
Yeah.
You got to reach for the sky.
This is what I was saying to Estelle the other day. I was like, I probably would try and punch above my weight simply because when I was younger, obviously I was like not that attractive. So I've worked on my personality. I know I've got the source there. So I will try and punch above my weight. I mean, if I ever did shoot my shot, I'm a bit of a pussy, so I won't. But I'm gonna work on that. But I would probably go to someone that I think is more attractive than me, because at the end of the day, you don't know if they actually do find you attractive. So they might do. Do you know what I mean? So do you not think?
I can't believe you've just said that.
What?
Like, I'm shocked that you've come and spoke to me and you think you could chat to me. I'm shocked. I can't believe that. I get it.
No, like I wouldn't say it to them, but I'd just be in my head thinking.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you do think about it, if you reversed it, if a guy who you thought wasn't on your level went and spoke to you, would you be a bit like...
Because if you were stood in the club, and this guy's come up to you, and you know a hella people in this club, and they're standing next to you chatting to you, and you're like...
See,
and
like
everyone's eyes are on you.
That's not necessarily
my
what
image
I'd
isn't
be
that
thinking
big.
of.
No, mine's not that big, but I just know a lot of people, so it's
like... I'd just be more
I'm going to have to explain this later.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be worried about what other people think. I'm talking to someone, like, I could be friends with them for all they care. Like, it's none of their business at the end of the day. And if they asked me, I'd probably just be like, oh no, they're just trying to chat to me, which is fine. You do what you do, but I would low-key inside...
It's that line that you just said, they're trying to chat to me. You've got... That's going to make them feel like this if it comes back around to them.
But this is what I'm saying. I do agree with you, and in some ways, but just not in the sense of I care what other people are thinking looking at me. It's more that I think that they are on, like, my level. Like, that person. But at the same time, I'm not offended by it.
Yeah, but...
I'm sort of just, like, blessed.
Having said that, so Hannah sent me a screenshot yesterday from Hinge, and Hinge had given her a recommendation of who, like, she should match with, and then she sent it to me saying, "Is this a joke?" Like she was like,
it said like Hannah and this person most compatible. You two should meet up. And I was like,
to be fair, I saw it and I was like, based on what grounds? Because I was.
Do you know what I mean?
But you were offended.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was wondering based on what grounds. Yeah. But this guy was like, he was like considerably older, I'd say.
It just depends though. If you're on a dating website or a dating platform and then you put in all of your things. Like I come up as a massive geek, you know what I mean? Like a movie, like
you are.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, I am. But what I'm trying to say is that sort of interest can be a wide spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you are getting dating platforms to sort of match you,
but I looked at all of the little things and I was like, none of that is what matches up with what I said.
The algorithm was off.
Like it was just moving mad that day. But I was just like, wow.
They were trying to get a testimonial out of you lot. Yeah. Like two opposites come together.
Yeah, no. I was like, okay, maybe it's time to just put this app away now. Again, like a week. It's just not like, I don't know. I don't know what it is with those apps. I think more when it's easier to shoot your shot as a girl because at the end of the day, if it doesn't get reciprocated, no one's seeing that. I don't
think it's easier to shoot your shot as a girl. No way.
On a dating platform.
On a dating platform, yeah, because like you said, no one's gonna see it.
Yeah,
like
no
you could message 100 people and get one reply. No one knows.
Yeah, literally. I mean, unless people are like popping up being like,
screenshot.
But then if a guy messages 100 people, you know what I mean?
Really?
Oh, have you had a message from that guy as well?
It's like that one. There was one on socials the other day, and this guy DM'd the girl, not DM'd the messenger on Tinder. And the name was Paige, and he just kept making jokes about Paige. He was like, "Are you gonna turn over a new page?" He's like, "Why are you messaging me?" And then he's just like, "I think you woke up on the wrong side of the page." And I was just like, "Wow,
that's annoying."
Like, that's
annoying. Like,
but unless you do something daft like that, then it's gonna get seen.
Like if I was Paige, I'd never message again. I'd change my name. Like,
that's so funny though.
But yeah, so you were saying, do you ever feel though? Have you ever felt intimidated by a girl who's gone and shot their shot with you? If they're too overconfident, maybe.
Not necessarily. No, not unless I knew the person, and I felt they were too good for me, which I shouldn't think.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's down to class, age, or what. I've had older women sort of like come up and approach you, and I'm just like, nah. I'm literally,
Angelicas.
you know what I mean? I'm literally just like, if you're like 35 going on 40 or something, like trying to hit on me, I'm just like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just like, if something happens, it's like, you're having my kid, you know what I mean? Compared to someone who's younger, you know what I mean? It's got their whole life ahead of them, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just panic when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Feels like I'm crap with dad.
You know what I mean? But I think that's it's just when I look at things, that side of things, I think right.
So you like go deep into it. You're like thinking of like, oh my god, if this certain specific situation happens, this is gonna be the outcome.
Yeah.
You make all of this in that moment.
I think too deep. Whenever before I get into a relationship, I'm just like, right, are you ready to settle down? Because this is you for like next 30, 40, 50 years. Like you're gonna have kids, you're gonna get married, you're gonna have a house. I'm just like, I think too deep, and that's
all of that has gone through your head. If someone said, "Hey, what's your name?" Like,
oh no, not like that. But like,
are you ready for this?
That's funny, but like more in the sense of, so what I want to know is when girls are shooting their shot, are they like? Because we know as girls, guys shooting their shot to us, some guys can be quite like physical with it. Have you ever had that where girls have been like encroaching on your personal space or anything like that?
I think it's just like Kyle said. I think it's the older generation. Like whenever I film at Angelica's, like obviously their age group is like probably like you go to about 40s max, like older women, and they'll be coming up to me pinching my bum and stuff like that. I'm just like. But then it's like if a guy did that to a girl, it's very different.
I can't believe someone's done that.
Yeah, they do it all the time. all the
You
time.
didn't know that?
I'll be filming with my camera, and then she'll walk past me and squeeze my bum, some old woman. I'll look over my shoulder and just like, oh, God.
If I've got my hair out in an afro and I'm go to like a place like Angelica's, you'll have older women come to you, oh my God, your hair's so nice, like trying to touch my hair.
It.
And then all of a sudden it's almost just like I've got 3 older women like jerks at me.
Yeah, like there's one that's a repeat one that's there every year without fail. She comes to nearly every single event
It's
weekend.
a repeat one, did
Yeah.
you just
That's
say?
mad. Chop off a hand.
No,
What is
she
that?
doesn't do nothing, but she'll always smile, ask me how I am. I'm just like, we've got now that funny relationship because of what happened the first time.
Oh, okay.
But she doesn't do it anymore. But it's just more of a case of like, she's like, hi, and I'm just like,
No.
just can't keep my distance.
You were offended when she spoke to you.
So when like stuff like that happens, like how do you feel like it's appropriate to react to that? Do you say like don't do that? Or
I don't know. You kind of don't do not as a guy, do you? You just
let it happen.
You just accept it.
It's
That's
happening.
mad. That's mad.
It's so different for women because we can obviously when we feel threatened in that way, we can either
I'll either shout or I'll run off and cry.
Yeah, it's literally one of the other.
There's no in between.
But like, if they did that to us, it's the case of if we did anything back, we
You're
look like
getting
it.
chucked out,
Yeah, we look
realistically.
intimidating, all that kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if we were to go to a bouncer, we'd be like, oh, the girl keeps harassing us, keeps touching my bum, and then the bouncer
You'd be
the bouncer goes over to the girl. Actually, came over, and he's actually my ex, and like he keeps sending me messages, and like he came over first.
She's won.
She's won.
That's mad.
Honestly,
End of
That's
story.
fine.
It's game
End
over.
of story.
You guys were saying before that you couldn't really notice when girls are being subtle or whatever. But what do you look for? You know, if you were back in the day when you were single, when you were shooting your shot, what would you look for from women to do that? Like, what sort of signals would give you the go ahead?
This is going to be successful if I do this.
I think if you're on socials, especially on Instagram, if someone's always replying to Instagram stories and liking your posts, now you could be, for example, in Rondo Park going for a walk, and if some girl replies to you on something, makes a conversation or something.
Cute. Where's this?
She's going out of her way to interest. You know what I mean? If we're on a night out, if she's literally just like eye clocking you, like every time.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
Eye
what I mean?
contact is enough.
This is what I said. So that said that's my move. Is I'll just I'll look at them, shoot them a smile. That's all I need to do.
If you get that consistently,
Eye
then
contact,
you know
smile.
that it's all right.
Yeah, I know, but then still, even if you get the eye contact, you've then still got to come up in your head with a conversational opener to break that.
Because I don't have to
Do you know
do
what
that.
mine is? I'll tell you now. I use it. It's not that amazing. But because obviously I'm not confident like that. So if I see someone under a bar and they're that silk face and just like this, waiting for the drink, I'm like, you're not gonna smile. And then as soon as it's game over.
That's such a trigger for us.
Why?
Because if a man tells us to smile, we're like, for you, no. If I want to smile, I'll fucking smile.
You're not gonna smile. I'll smile when I want to
I
smile.
get
No,
over
but
that.
you'll see a lot
Unless
of
it's
them.
an old man,
You'll see a lot of them stood at the bar waiting for the drink and just got resting bitch face. I'm like, is he not gonna smile? And then if they smile,
That's me.
No, but if you smile, you know you're in.
Because they actually do smile.
Yeah.
Yo, I smile when I'm angry, you know. So it could go one or two ways. I could be like,
that might be high risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's
for
definitely
someone
what it
who's
is.
just said they're not very confident. That is high risk, high reward. Because
that either goes really well or really, really.
Especially with a lot of feminists these days, they'll turn around and be like, "It's not my job as a woman to smile for a man."
You know, I'm not saying you have to smile at me, but you're in a club. Why have you got a resting bitch face? You're meant to be enjoying yourself. So that's just how I look at it.
No one's saying that you have to be here.
Yeah. But do you know when you're saying high risk? You know what I mean? If you've had that sort of eye communication and he's gone over and tried that,
to be fair,
and if she shuts him down, he says that sound, and then he moves on, and then he will not then give her the time of day again in that venue.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but then if she's got a resting bitch face and she's giving you eye contact, is that not just like...
She might want to kill me.
She
might be someone's friend.
I know you because you date this person. I know what
and
you're doing.
And then you've gone up to her saying, "Oh, you're going to smile there." You're trying to stop fights.
I'm going to text her what you're up to. You know what I mean?
You'll never guess who just came up to me and had that cheek to tell me to smile. That's jokes. But like, so you're just saying like you look for if a girl's giving you eye contact or smiling at you or whatever, that's what you see as the in. So what we want to know is why is it when we don't look at a guy and we're not giving any time to a guy and we're literally basically ignoring the existence, what gives them the in to come in?
No, but
like,
with that, it might just be because that girl hasn't seen them yet. It's not that we've seen them then decide to ignore
what?
them.
So they're basically saying like, you're about to see me now. Like this is like, you're about to.
But at the same time, I've got friends, you know what I mean, back home who get absolutely wasted on a night out and are out to pull. And they will go if there's 200 women and there's 200 women in the club. He will go up to 100 because he knows out of 100, if he asks 100 of them to go home with him, one of them will say yes.
Which is what I'm saying about
and he doesn't need any sign whatsoever. The girl could literally be with her boyfriend next to her. He's still going up to ask the question, and if the guy's like, "What are you doing, bro? I'm so sorry, I didn't know you were with her." Although they've been together, you know what I mean, and then it's literally like a, you know what I mean, like
Kyle, that's shameful. I'm sorry.
No, but there's shameful, guys out there.
Yeah, but what you're talking about there, if you don't give them the sign, like why do guys come up to us?
That's what I'm saying about blindly shooting, because some of them they just like throw stuff and see what sticks.
Yeah. Like we all have one of them friends in the group,
and they do very well.
Do they? I've not seen any success out of that when I've seen them do it.
The ratios though, their success rate is going to be higher than somebody who just does it one time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
That's true, but then at the end of the day, like, where are you finding all the energy for this rejection is what I'm...
Because they ain't got no else to put the time into. Like, if they're working a 9 to 5, their Friday, Saturday night is... That is their...
They don't care about rejection.
I think that's like probably what the women struggle with more. Is like, I could not... I think that's mortifying.
If I've shot my shot once...
Yeah, but
I want to die.
If a girl does that, she has a stigma attached to her. Going around the club chatting to every guy.
Not every guy, but if I did it to one guy.
No, I'm saying if you did it to one guy, then it's cool. But if a girl did what the guy did, going around to everyone,
then
you lot as girls in the club would be like, I just seen her chatting to my man. Then you'd be like, I just seen her chatting to them two over there as well.
So do you think it's different for women and men then with that? Because I know I would do that if I saw a guy doing it. Like I said this on the when we were talking to the girls on the last podcast, when we were talking about shooting your shot. I literally said I'm one of those people in the club that will watch. Like, you know, I'll be stood in when I'm working even, just watching guys go to every single girl. And then if they come to me, you're going to get an earful because I'm like, do you think, one, I'm fourth option? Absolutely not. But two, like, what, like, how is that even flattering for anyone for you to go around and do that? But would you say that you would see a girl differently if they did that than you would see a guy doing that?
It's natural though, like guys would just get away with it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because it's so common.
Some guys, I feel like they must find it fun. Because to me, that's not my idea of fun. Like going up to
getting rejected one after the other.
But they think it's pants and they're like, yeah, I love it. It's mad. I could never.
They love it. I don't think they love it.
They must do. Just going up to girls and chatting to them. Like, girl after girl after girl.
Oh, I can't see them loving it. Have you ever been rejected and loved it? No. Kyle's like, maybe.
Well, no, but I've gone up to girls where I've literally just been like, whether or not I've tried to subtly shoot my shot and then they haven't clocked it, but then it's almost just like, right, I really want it up. I'm either gonna shoot it now and just shut it down, or I'm just gonna carry on playing like, you know what I mean, like chucking like small ones. I've just gone up to her and just been like, look, whether or not, I can't remember what I said, like whether or not you're unreal or whatever, it'd be great to take you out for a drink or take you out for some food or whatever.
Whether or not you're unreal.
You know, I can't remember what I said. But it was along those lines. It's almost just like, if you're not interested, just tell me, you know what I mean,
I'm
how
not sure
it
if
is.
you look like this all the time, but I'd take you.
Yeah, or if you are interested, then, you know what I mean, let's do it. And she's just like, oh, no, I'm not really interested, you know what I mean? And that's fine. We're still friends. But it's almost just like, now, it's almost just like, I don't need to waste my time.
Oh.
It's mad because if another guy told me that, I'd be like, ha
ha ha.
But like,
because
it's
you, I'm
you're
like,
my
oh.
friend, I'm like, oh, I just want to crazy you and be like, she ain't shit anyway.
No, but like when you're at uni, there would always be like a certain group of girls or a certain, like, you know what I mean, like worldies or whatever. You just be like, oh, you know what I mean, you'd love to like either take them out or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can spend the whole 3 years at university and not have the balls to say something. So just get it done with, and you know what I mean.
Like rip off the plaster sort of thing. Yeah, I wish I could have that outlook.
How have you guys found dealing with like girls that say, so obviously I know that you said sometimes it just doesn't matter, but has it ever like cut you deep where a girl's been like, nah?
Nah, I'd kind of got jumping with both feet.
Okay.
I've always, like, it sounds so bad, but I'm one of them people that's always got like a backup, so I'm not really asked.
What, like, as in like another option that
Not
night,
in,
or just
not in the
someone
club,
in the
just
DMs?
yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
if I see someone in the club, and you've got a better personality and stuff like that, and we start speaking, then obviously it's more. But just the initial going up to someone, and if you shut it down, then cool, then I'm not.
So you're always quite chill when someone shuts it down?
Yeah, because everyone's not for everyone, are they?
That's true.
That's a good outlook, whereas I just want to die. I'd be like...
I mean, you've never personally
No,
done
I haven't
it,
done
but
it,
if you would, then
but
yeah.
that's why I don't, because I was like, I just can't risk that. I can't risk
See, like, what we were talking about is when we've, like, said no to a guy or we weren't interested or whatever, there's literally been situations where they've been like, well, you're not fit anyway, though. And you're like,
Yeah, someone called me a ting
whoa.
once when I said no. They said, do you want to go to Mackey's? And I said no, and then they called me a ting and then just started hurling abuse at me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I've got a friend like that. We've all got a friend. I can even say his name's Chris Green. Literally from down south. Literally, all of the boys. Literally.
do you want to put his at in the bottom?
Back in the day, if a girl was literally like turned around and being like, he would go over and shoot his shot, and if she shut him down, oh, I didn't like you anyway. You this, you S.
But why is that?
Why?
Like,
honestly,
I can't answer for them guys because that's not me.
And then we
have you ever asked them, like, why
we
you
used to
done
sit
that?
there and be like, oh my god, like we're so sorry, you know what I mean? But one girl actually, after he slagged her off, like went with him. And then we were, that's one of the guys. I'm just like out of, you know what I mean? I'm just like, how does he do it?
That's
honestly,
crazy.
We just like don't know how he does it. We're just like, maybe we're too nice to women.
Can I ask you
No.
a question? What's his height?
Less short than me.
Does that matter?
Because I feel like smaller guys usually are the most angry ones.
Was he like 5'8"?
Yeah, you got some short man syndrome, innit?
Do you know, like that says it all, really,
Yeah.
innit? If he's 5'8"
Honestly,
and he's
back-
screaming at women for saying
Yeah,
no,
I
I don't know,
understand,
like.
yeah, I get that it can be a bit like, I don't know, hurtful, disappointing or whatever, but shouting abuse at me,
Yeah.
I cannot believe.
You see it all the time. I'm just like, is there any need? Like, she don't like you. Simple as like, it is what it is.
And then they're getting personal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Literally.
It's like, well, your skin's dry, and I'm like,
Whoa.
I had no eye cream before I came
yeah, I
out.
was like,
So.
But that can be like such a jarring thing for a girl as well, especially because you've had to like, well, we know that it's sly being like, no, we're not interested or whatever. Like, we don't feel good about saying no because at the end of the day we know you've built it up or whatever,
Yeah.
or had the confidence to come and say something. So it's not ever a joy for us to be like, no, I'm not interested. So when we were talking about last time how we have the I've got a boyfriend lie, and how we need to stop saying that basically. But then again, like, if you do stop saying that and you're like, no, I'm just not interested, one, it's not
they
respected.
take it as a challenge.
It's a
Yeah.
challenge, or you get like verbal abuse. Like,
I think when girls said they've got a boyfriend, I never believed that anyway and found that more of a challenge.
Yeah, but I think if you turn around and
I know it sounds bad, like I found it more of a challenge.
but
But
why
I'm just
is
like,
that?
no, but I think if you turn around and openly said nah, like, thanks for trying, but I'm not interested. Some guys who are not the ones that are just that percentage of trying to actually get at you will literally be like, cool, thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
Well, can you send them my way? Because I mean, I've never experienced that once. I've never experienced someone taking it well.
Like what Kyle said, some guys do see it as a challenge. Me personally, I wouldn't see that as a challenge. You've got a man. If I see you chatting to some next guy, I'm like, dickhead, but...
I was even saying to Hannah, so I was on Clubhouse, and then people just chatting, and someone's like, oh, Estelle, are you single? And I not obvious, but I lied, and I was like, oh, I've got a boyfriend, and they're like, well, can your man fight? And I was like, what? Yeah, and I was just like,
where are we going with this?
I think that's banter. Like, he's not gonna literally.
No, he's not gonna try fighting. But I was a bit like, you could have just moved on.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
So have you ever just been like with that? Oh well, just as friends then. Can I get your number just as friends?
Yeah, like, oh, let's go for a drink just as friends.
I think that's pointless, because I'd rather my girlfriend have a conversation with someone for 20 minutes, half an hour in a smoking area or in a club, like chatting to him. Like, they may generally be a nice guy, but just poor, you know what I mean, like chat up lines or whatever, I don't know. But I'd prefer for her to have that conversation than sit there and hand out one of her social media handles. And she wouldn't hand out a number anyway, but hand out a social media handle. She doesn't need to hand out, you know what I mean, she's only met him.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with the social media handle?
Because it then encourages the guy then to sit there and be like, oh, actually, if she's not giving me a number, she's giving me her Instagram handle.
Yeah.
That's giving me permission to then contact her.
Yeah, but she don't have to reply.
Yeah, but it's
I know,
even
but
might just get like 10 likes on her.
Yeah, but she's got
Instagram.
like 2% access into her.
It's pointless though, because that what you just said, that little like build up the Instagram or whatever. If you're in a relationship and you're in a happy relationship, you shouldn't be entertaining other people.
Especially I do agree with it, but for the sake of for the argument, some girls might just be like, oh well, this is good exposure for the Instagram. I'm trying to build my following. I'm trying to do whatever. So she might just do that.
There's
but
so much on your Instagram. So if you've given them that, they've got access to so much. Do you know what I mean?
All he's gonna do is literally like your photos for the next 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then unfollow you. So what has the value has that added, really?
Because then
sticker taps.
Yeah, like I said, it just opens up a door for, if you're not happy in a relationship, that guy gave me attention the other day, you know what I mean?
That's true.
It just goes into like, you're just digging yourself a hole that you don't need to access.
Have you ever had it where a woman has reacted badly to you when you've rejected them? Or have they just been chill?
No, I've never really...
No, I just remember put myself in a sticky situation. Like, this was a while. This was so long ago. I was thinking about it now when you said that, and my dumb self decided to chat to 3 different girls in the club. And you know, when you've got one there, one in that side, and one.
Seen you.
Yeah, but not all seen me. Like, that was the thing. They might have seen me, but none of them had anything to say. But then you can just think, when I go into that one, they're gonna be there. And you can't enjoy yourself anymore. So it's just like, that's the worst it's probably been. Like, so I can't really say I've had a girl.
I don't think girls kind of, well, not girls that I know anyway, have moved mad after, or like moved irrationally after being turned down by a guy when they've moved.
Yeah, but we only really know one that shoots their shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
True. Yeah, that's very
like
true.
if say for example,
she's always successful.
Yeah, because she's beautiful.
So it's just a bit like...
She's beautiful, of course.
Yeah, but I know a girl who's beautiful. Well, I don't think she's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna out her. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know what I mean? But like, she will literally shoot her shots, and she will pull every single night if she wants to, and she'll pull some attractive guys.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's easier because. What we're saying is because she's beautiful, she's shooting her shot.
Yeah, I know, but
therefore she's getting.
What I'm trying to say is
a girl. So that's why she's not.
A girl will go on a night out. Some girls go on a night out and be like, actually, I haven't hooked up in a while. It'd be nice to actually meet a nice guy. And you know, I'm not promoting one night stands or shit. You know what I mean? They're great.
You've never.
But you know what I mean? They'll go. On, they're not shutting people down, but then other girls will go out and be like, right, I'm pulling tonight. But it's almost just like. that then, because obviously I've got a lot of female friends as well, they'll go out and stay at their friends, and they'll be like, right, no matter what, make sure I come home with you tonight. You know what I mean? So even if you meet the guy of your absolute dreams, you know what I mean? Not saying you should go home and hook up with someone on the first night. It's almost just like you're sort of setting yourself up to fail.
But why is that? I don't think that you can fail like that. Like, you don't have to go back with a guy for it to not fail. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, but it's sometimes you can meet the perfect guy or whatever on a night out, and if you're not in the mood, or if you've been pissed off with bumping into an ex or whatever, your attitude will shift, and you know what I mean, you're just automatically then shutting down, I hate men, blah 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 blah, and just...
Oh. Why are you at me for?
I'm not atting you, I'm just like...
So you literally have never experienced when you've rejected someone that literally they've never moved mad, they've all just been like, thank you for your time, and walked away?
No. You only see girls move mad when, like, the ex is out or some drama's being caused like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't really see girls moving mad. It's always, like you said, the guys are always hurling abuse at the girls.
It's so mad, but
So that's what we were, like, trying to find out, basically, weren't we? Because we were like... It's all fun and games for us to speak from our perspective and saying, like, oh, guys are
doing this,
moving mad.
But you've admitted it, like, yeah, guys.
You've admitted it. You got it here, right here. Quoting you guys from now on, like, girls actually just don't move mad.
Did you find it easier shooting your shot in DMs or in person? I feel like DMs would be, like, far more easier.
Back in the day, DMs weren't really a major thing, weren't they?
Back in
your day.
Kyle was still on dial-up.
Well, no, I've just been in and out of 2 big relationships. So back in the day, like I was saying to my younger brother, who's like 20, 21 now, like he's just got access to girls and Instagram and Tinder, where you don't even need to go into a club. Like you can just ask someone, oh, what's her name? Oh, her name's Amber, whatever. Yeah. Find her on Instagram. There, you know what I mean? A shot straight away. And it's so such a subtle. You can either flirt your way through or whatever, and then arrange to go on a date or meet up on a night out. But for me, back in the day, it was literally just like you would either bump into him at uni or on a night out.
Yeah.
Like Facebook was a thing, but you're not gonna add them on Facebook and then drop a message on Facebook.
No,
that's just too deep, you know what I mean? Like Instagram was only sort of picking up then, Tinder wasn't around, you know, and I am old, sorry. But that's just for me. But
yeah, I think that's like social media is easier because you can literally message a girl when you wake up 9 a.m, 10 o'clock in the morning, and by 12 hours later you could be at a house. Oh, sooner.
That's mad.
It is mad. So, it's just crazy, like...
even for a girl, though, even if she's literally just like, Sunday night, I'm lonely, got Netflix, she could message, like, one person.
You could literally put up a status.
I'm going to say, put on a story.
Yeah, literally.
Who wants the Netflix and chill?
The amount of girls, though, so when I used to have Snapchat, the amount of girls that would, like, indirect, just, like, anybody on, like, their Snapchat stories saying, oh, bored. And that's just given
it's
man
the
opportunity to just pop up, which is...
And girls still do it. It's almost just like
we've got new mediums of doing it, but we were saying like we would find it easier to shoot our shot maybe on a DM or something by reacting to someone's story. Like, don't get me wrong, if I'm reacting to your story out there, everyone, I'm not necessarily shooting my shot. Let me just, I might just like the content that is on there. But it is easier for you to do a gateway to that. So like if you're following up with the love heart emoji face thing, you could follow up like ask them a question about it or whatever. That's so much easier because one, you can delete the message if you get rejected. I mean, like, oh, sorry, wrong person.
I don't think rejecting's that deep though, is it?
But I just sometimes think though, where's the line between you just wanting to know something and have an interest in just replying to someone's content and then thinking you're trying to move to them? Because some people just think, say like someone's got a sick life and always doing stuff.
Yeah, people want to know about it.
And you're just like, oh, that looks sick, or do you know what I mean? Just along them lines. But then they might think, oh, they're trying to move to me, but it's really not.
Like, I think the follow-up there is like the main thing. Like,
it's the conversation.
Still messaging and messaging.
But what if it was just only like story replies and stuff like that.
And that's someone
and
shooting
there was
their shot.
there was just no conversation.
I wouldn't assume someone's shooting their shot.
That's what I mean. But if you've done that for like a month and you're always doing stuff like
just every single time,
not every time, but like you've gotten 7 shoots in a week, it's like that's where the line is, like you're not sure what's going on.
Yeah, because I'm very interactive on Instagram, and I hope all these people don't think, oh yeah, Estelle's trying to shoot. Like, no.
This is what I mean.
I thought it was a good story.
But it's definitely a good way to get a feeler out there. Like, I've definitely done that. Like, followed someone and maybe like reacted to one of the stories, like a fire thing, and like if they reply or not. I mean, if they're gonna reply, then it's definitely like
just quick double tap.
That's what I do. I'd just be like, okay, he's not interested. Like, I would just assume that, and I probably would never try again unless I really like the content. Then I'm just gonna. Yeah. But that'll probably be like 2 months down the line. Then I'll build up the courage to even like stop hanging my head in shame the fact that I've been rejected. But like I said on the last podcast, I'm not good with rejection. Kyle knows this because when you used to put me on street team, I used to be like, don't make me do it. I don't want to be rejected by people.
I think as well though, like mine and Dee's jobs are very social jobs. So for example, like we're always out chatting to people, whether or not it's myself on the door of venues promoting. It's my job to chat to people. Oh, do you want to come over here? So I find it very easy, and people find it very easy to chat to me. People find it very easy to chat to Dee because they think he'll be a photographer or videographer. Whereas if you are an office job, the only access you've got to other communication with someone else other than a bar or at home is literally your receptionist or a member of your staff who's opposite your desk, and then it gets awkward. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's a So I think it's harder. It depends on your job as well.
Especially in COVID times, you kind of just have to put your faith in social media and the faith in the communication that you're giving over social media.
That's what I mean. Like, how... I know it's kind of switching it on you lot, but how do you find chatting to people during COVID? Like, obviously we're oblivious to it. We don't know what's going on. So
you've been out of the game.
That's the same. But like, I'm hearing people are saying like going on dates. Obviously, you can't do that. Like, there's not much you can do to kind of progress what's going on with someone other than like,
I thought it'd be the perfect time, like in COVID,
that's
like,
what I thought,
to chat and to go on dates.
I know it's mad, but like I found like I've been accidentally chatting to people because you know when it's lockdown, right? You've got nothing else to do, so you just talk to people because you need human interaction. So my housemate, she was shielding, so she'd be in her room all the time. It was just me and my thoughts, and that's not actually that fun. So I was just like replying to everybody, and then you end up in loads of conversations. And I was like, oh rah, this conversation been going on for like a week straight. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know.
But then if you did see potential in something, like, have you found it hard to like, I don't know if you have found any potential in something, but have you found it hard to like progress it? Because every story we hear, it's like, it lasted like a week and it's been shut down. Like,
that's what she's saying to Hannah. It's literally a 0 to 100 thing. So, because you can't really meet, like, with the tiers now, it's different. You can't meet in person, so you're either speaking all the time or you've gone around to someone's house.
And that's really intense.
And that's a lot.
But I think as well, I feel sorry for people. It's not as bad as it sounds. I feel sorry for people who are single. I feel sorry for
you too.
Because like, because even when you are in tier 2 or whatever and brunching. Yeah. On tables of 6.
No, I'm not brunching with a date. I'm too
not on a date. But for example, at the moment, it's either a group of 6 guys or a group of 6 girls, or a mixed group, but they're just friends or couples. Now, if a group of 6 girls want to chat to one of the guys, they can't even go over.
You've had this
because we were I was out on East 59th, and there were 6 guys were all in relationships, and we do we love attention. So a girl wants to come over and chat to us. You know what I mean?
They do look like a boy band, by the way. Just to paint a picture here, it is like a boy band.
But literally, like we had the manager come over and be like, "Girl, you've got to go back. Like, guys, can you please stop encouraging girls to come over?" We got told off for the girl coming over, and we're just like,
it's not my fault.
We were just like,
imagine you were at the table just like staring at the table, like nobody look at anyone. We're gonna get kicked out.
Exactly, but it's even harder. Even when you go on a night out now and you've got to sit at table. You can't shoot shots.
No.
Do you know what men have started doing? Waving.
This is what I was saying.
Hooty hoo.
Started waving.
Or I've had people waving, and then I don't really know what to do with that. I'm just sort of like
yeah.
Or
it's
they
like
sent
rude,
over the hostess.
Yeah.
But I mean, drunk me, I was on some very toxic femininity vibe that night, and I'm just like, so what I told them, I was like, did he give you a tip? And she was like, no. I went, go tell him that if he doesn't give you a tip, then I'm not talking to him. And then he gave her a tip, and I didn't speak to him anyway, because I was just like, it's COVID. It's COVID.
I don't know where you've been.
But for me, like, for someone who's literally only just started dating after taking myself out of the game for a couple years, it's a very weird instance to start to learn to interact with other guys. Like, it's just, for someone who's very guarded anyway, the fact that your options are going on a walk when I don't like being cold and it's winter.
Amen.
Not an ideal, not an ideal situation, but also them coming to your house. Now, as a girl, or you go into their house, but for me, I would obviously prefer my own space. That is intimidating. Like, that is a threatening situation.
I feel like you lot having to go to their house or come to yours, it already initializes that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
When in fact, that's the first date. Like, you can't do nothing else.
Yeah. And especially for me, for someone who actually needs to learn how to date. I've been one date in my whole life. Like, I'm trying to actually find someone who does want to leave the house. So if you're initiating dating with being in the house, then it's very difficult to know how to put those boundaries in place. So
Yes,
I mean, I'm not going to say it's an ideal situation, and it probably is very dangerous for a lot of girls out there. But I'm lucky enough to have flatmates and people and a balcony that's shared with my friends next door. So it's one of those where I could just be like, if there is a problem, like, I know you guys are around. I would never go to that person's house or a guy's house or whatever for that reason, because then you are putting yourself in a situation where anything could happen. Like, you just don't know these people. So
I've got the solution, you know what I mean? Just upgrade your Pure Gym membership. Invite them round to Pure Gym for a workout, you know what I mean? And just do it.
You're laughing, but I actually think that's
I would do that.
You're laughing, but I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
but you lot acting like everyone's a gym goer.
Yeah, Kyle, why are you acting like you go to the gym?
Well, I did go to the gym the other day. I did tell you, didn't I? Oh, that's just
That's another time. Yeah, I think that's everything that we wanted to talk about anyway, but thanks.